Yo, what's up, guys? Happy Friday. So this one, hope you have a good weekend, by the way. So this one is, this one's called Transparency slash Vetted. And this is based off a tweet I did today, and I felt like doing this is kind of a sort of a filler video, but I still think it's important, actually. My blacklist video is gonna drop pretty soon. I would say probably next week or the week after soon. I already have all my paperwork for it and shit. I just haven't had the time to do it. I would say I recommend watching that one when it drops. I know Franklin's gonna watch the whole thing. The thing that's difficult about that video is I know it's gonna be probably my longest video ever. And do I deep dive? Yes. A lot, okay, and I finally I don't want to give any spoilers. Anyway, just so there's that. But let's get to this. So today I said this, and so I saw this email in one of my, I have a spam email where I give that email to shit I don't give a fuck about, right? So it's not cluttering up my real shit. So anyway, so I was looking for an email on that, and I saw this email which says. It's from ISA, which I don't really know much about. And let me state, first of all, that I'm not calling them a scam. I don't really know anything about them, really. But I will say that my belief is that none of these services are necessary to break in and go off from there. I don't believe so. Because why? Because back in the day, there was no such thing as services. To me, it's just one more obstacle in the way. And then what if we have someone who vets you before, who needs to vet you to be in the services, and then the services try to vet you to get with the manager, and the manager tries to vet you to get with the agent. Like where the fuck does it end? This is, And the transparency thing is a big issue to me that I've been sort of, I don't know, for lack of a better word, I guess, championing. That's the positive way to put it. Or another way to put it is fucking bitching about it. How they're not transparent for a long time. You know what I mean? For over 2 decades. This going back into the music days. For me, because the music shit worked exactly the same, where they would not tell you who the fuck these people are, for services like this. So, and then on into writing shit, I used to bitch about this shit before I even wrote a first screenplay. I was butting heads with Franklin before I even wrote my first fucking screenplay, going back into the done deal days. But anyway, So I get this email from ISA. It says this: "Hi Jason, a new ISA writing gig is now accepting submissions. Prodco seeking diverse genre projects. - action adventure. ISA verified pro. LA-based production company seeking diverse action adventure projects, both TV and features. Any budget? Okay. This production company, set up 4 years ago, are made up of executives that have come from major streaming platforms. They are on the lookout for diverse or underrepresented unique voices that have a strong commercial spin." Let me come right back to that. Let me say what I said in my tweet. I said this. I said, "Hi, ISA. Question: if these verified pros can afford / have the juice to get any budget made, why in the fudge aren't they getting submissions from CAA, WME, etc.? Sometimes," this is me saying this still, "sometimes I look at my spam email to see the bullshit these folks are selling you guys. Curious, what do they charge y'all for this? Because I don't fucking know." And someone said in the tweet, they said it's free. Okay, great. It should be, But then I have the question: how do they get paid? Everybody has to get paid somehow, right? So what is that? And here's the thing: if you ask questions, Anybody who says you don't deserve an answer is hiding something from you. That's just what it is. Okay? That's just human nature. It's easy to figure out the psychology behind it. It's they don't want you to know shit. Okay? Why not? Okay? They're hiding something. Anybody who says we can't tell you. So let me go back to this. So ISA Verified Pro, that means nothing to me. Okay? I'm just telling you. I'm being blunt as fuck on this this is what I feel as I'm reading this, okay? For real. ISA Verified Pro, that means fucking nothing to me. LA-based production company seeking diverse action adventure projects. Both TV and feature, I'm bumped. Both TV and feature, what have they done? Okay? That's my thought there. Any budget. I'm like, excuse me? Now I'm gonna need to see some credits. Okay? Don't tell me any budget, because now I'm thinking, wait a second. Why would you say any budget? Is that because you don't care what the fucking budget of the screenplay sample is? Because you can't get it made anyway? You see what I'm saying? Is this, I'm just telling you, I'm not accusing them of this. It's a question in my mind, because I've been through this, where it's a fucking bait and switch. So why the fuck would they care what the budget of the movie is, just as long as they can see that you can write, and then they can bait and switch you. And someone else said this in this tweet, that, you know, in this kind of situation, they brought me in for the bait and switch and, you know, wanted me to write their thing for them. I've had that happen to me by someone who, at the time, the industry would have said is legit. Okay? So, but the fact of the matter is, it was a bait and switch, so it was bullshit. Okay? Like, so the point there is, anything else here? This company, this production company set up 4 years ago. That tells me it's brand new. How much could they have possibly produced in 4 years? So anything they, you know, got their hands on, they've only had 2 years to make it. So how many movies, how many TV shows have they possibly done in that amount of time? It's got to be not that many. So tell me what the fuck it is, okay? And it's fair for me to ask this question. What have they done as producers, okay? And it's fair for me to ask that question, and it's fair for all you guys to ask that question. These execs have come from a major streaming platforms. So at least name the platforms. Come on, man. You can't name the platforms? This is getting a bit ridiculous. Okay? They are on the lookout for diverse or underrepresented unique voices who have strong no. See, this kind of shit, I've been on the diversity list, right? However, that doesn't mean a fucking thing to me nor to Hollywood. Not really. And I know that. Right? Is it fucking, does this look like a moneymaker or does it not? You know, like, so there's a lot of issues in there for me. And so at this point, let me just fucking freestyle. So, and hopefully I can just hit this right at 15. But there's so many fucking issues in there for me. And here's the thing is, like, I've been to a certain level as a writer, right? Like, I've not been to the produced land. But I have been signed by multiple, you know, legit fucking spots and reps and this kind of shit. And I have been vetted by tastemakers and A-list producers and shit. And by vetted, I don't just mean they said, I read his script, I like it. By vetted, I mean, I like the script, I love it, I want to attach, you know, this kind of shit. Or I can't do that script, it's too fucking crazy, do you want to write this other thing for me? And paid, and I'll tell the studio to fucking buy it, the IP, like that, okay? So the point there is I would never send my script in blind to, I don't know who the fuck these people are. And that's the thing there is vetted might mean something completely different to ISA. Vetted producer might mean something completely different for them versus me, or or me versus some other writer, whatever. You know, it depends, dude. You know, which is why this shit needs to be transparent. You know, and that goes into the vetted part. The vetted part, it depends, man. You know, like there's people that have done, you know, producers who have done movies and they have credits for movies, but me personally, I would not send my shit to them. I would not allow them to attach. You know, and there's this weird sort of on the lower level, I think, on the lower level where they think like, I'm the producer now. I just determined that 4 years ago. And so now you should be kissing my ring and shit. And don't worry about who the fuck I am. Just send me material blind. And to me, I'm like, listen, no, I'm doing you a favor. Okay? I don't need to be involved with brand new producers for any reason. And that's my prerogative as someone who's written and someone who's already worked with big people. I don't need to go down for any reason unless there's a good reason, which is why I need to know who the fuck is this. You know what I mean? Because this is why I say this shit is so fucking nuanced. Because, you know, when I've been repped by big players and all they do is fuck with the studio world, I've asked them, do you know anybody you could introduce me to in the indie world? And they're like, why would you want to go to indie, dude? Like, for what? There's no money in it. But secondly, they're like, no, I don't know anybody in that world. So, you know, and I asked Sherry too, by the way, when she was repping me, do you know anybody, she's not going to lie to me about that, do you know anybody in the indie world, you know, who could possibly make some of my smaller shit? And she's like, I don't know anybody in that world. Sorry, you know? So I'm not even saying I'm against working with people in the indie world. I'm just saying I need to know what the fuck you've done. Okay? Like, I'm not just gonna send my shit out blind. I don't know who has my material. I have no control over it now. Like, I've never seen an agent work this way. I've never seen an agent work this way, a manager work this way. I mean, this is why they you know, started putting the watermark on the screenplay to control the read, to know who the fuck is leaking this shit or whatever. Because this shit is valuable. It has value. Okay? So, listen, man, don't get it twisted, writers. Like you are the most valuable aspect. If they thought they could do this writing thing, like it's no fucking problem. If they have their brilliant idea, this is what shows me that if they're trying to just get you to do a buyout, you know, like they don't believe in their fucking, like, I'll tell you this, here's what I will say. Their idea sucks, probably. I've never spoken to someone who tried to do that bait and switch on me where I'm like, that idea is amazing. Their idea was fucking stupid. You know, and so they can go ahead, go write it yourself, dude. You know what I mean? If you think it's so fucking great, go write it yourself. But what they like to do is they like to get, you know, 20 fucking writers write this fucking thing for free and then try to pick the best one and try to get them on some kind of buyout bullshit where you don't get any credit anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I see right through all this bullshit. Okay? Like, I've spent way too much time living with a fucking agent and, you know, kicking it with agents for 20 plus years to not be able to see through this kind of shit. And I'm not calling this a scam. I'm just saying this is nothing I would bother to send my shit to. I'm above that. Or name who the fuck it is, you know? And then maybe I look at their shit and maybe I'm like, you know what? They seem kind of legit. They're a little smaller, they're new, but I like their energy on what they're, you know, trying to put together. But I can't fucking judge that if I don't know what the fuck they've done. I mean, to me, this is so obvious. And to me, this is the main place that all of these services fuck up, is they want to keep that private. And my question is simple. Why? Why would you keep that private? And their answer is always this. I don't like those words, always and never, but it always is this. It's always because they say, we're trying to protect the privacy of the fucking producer. What about our privacy? Like, that's where you fucking completely lose me. So you don't give a fuck who has my script? You don't give a fuck about my privacy? Then I don't need to go through your fucking thing. I could go around you anyway. So why would I even go through your thing? I mean, honestly, dude, I don't see any upside to it. Well, they champion me or whatever. You can champion yourself, dude. That's the bottom line. You can champion yourself and get your shit out there until it lands into the hands of someone who's actually a fucking manager or an agent who's taking you directly to buyers. You know, like, what are we talking about? Let's go here now. If I ever started a service, which I never would, no fucking chance in hell I ever would, so don't even think that's where I'm going with this. It's just hypothetical. The number one thing I would do is be completely fucking transparent. Here's who's reading your shit, all right? It's not college kids. It's none of that. And I would be completely transparent about who the fuck the producers are that are coming onto my shit, you know? And I would build a brand of fucking prestige. Because you don't come on here if you haven't, you don't just claim you're a fucking producer and you get to be on here. No fucking way, man. All right? So, if you're, we're going to name who the fuck you are, or don't even bother coming on here. All right? And people are going to be able to look and see, and you don't get to read their shit unless they agree to. If they read your bio first. By the way, that's a thing too. Did you hear that, what I just said? I don't want to skip that too fast. Where the writer gets to read the producer's bio first and then decides whether or not they're going to allow them to fucking read it. Okay? Like, any meetings I've ever had, I've looked them up first before I go to the meeting, just to see how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, an executive, whatever, I look them up. Not in a creepy way, just to fucking do my research way. Sort of the highest class problem you would have, and I've been in the situation, is where you have multiple choices of producers, but in the beginning that you've gone to those producers because your agent or your manager, you make the list and you go to all these people, so you know who the fuck you're going to. High class problem is for production companies, out of them say they want to do it and they want to attach. So now you're going to meet with all of them, right? But you're not begging them to attach. They're selling you. Like, here's why we think we're good for the project. If they're not saying that shit, for me, it's a fucking pass, dude. I'm not gonna sit here and beg you to like be a part of my thing that can make you a lot of money. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Writers need to get that out of that sort of delusional thinking to like, oh please, oh Mr. Producer, like for someone who hasn't done anything. Number one, or even if they have done big shit, you're still of value. Because they don't have that project if you didn't fucking think of it. I mean, it's fucking obvious. So to end my hypothetical, how would I run a service? Like that, full transparency. But the other thing it would come with is my prices would be higher, much higher than everybody else's. You're not getting a read here for $60, dude. No fucking way, man. Honestly, bro. My reads would be like $1,000. But full, deep as fuck reads. And you see who the fuck read you. You know what I mean? Or you choose who the fuck you want to read you. You know what I mean? Like, but, this is me off the cuff, like obviously it would be some of the reads I would charge $1,500, dude, Like if I charge what I feel like my read is worth, it'd be $1,500. No problem. But I don't do that. I read for fucking free for people that I know and shit. I don't ask you guys for a fucking thing. Buy me a beer, dude. But if I made this my job, $1,500, dude. But I'll read it 3 fucking times. Then jump on a call, boom, go through everything, notes, and fucking, and not change the fucking story. But at the same time, be honest with someone if it's like, I don't think this will fucking like land anywhere, dude. You know what I mean? But if you want to pay to like try to make it the best it can fucking be, sure. But I don't think this is gonna land anywhere. Yeah, obviously there'd be way more than that, but I'm just saying from the standpoint of transparency, that's the least you can fucking do. And I promise you, for these kind of companies looking for scripts like that, from people like me, you're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get it. I'm not gonna send my script into someone I don't know who the fuck it is. Okay? And then you're gonna miss out on writers who've already, you're calling them vetted. I've already been vetted. I could fucking prove it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not, so you're gonna lose out on writers who've already been vetted. Isn't that kind of what you want? Like writers people who you wish you had as a producer, you wish you were at their level, winning Oscars and million, your home's $20 million. You wish you could be like there, and they've already vetted writers like me. Don't you want a writer like that to submit to some of this shit? Then you gotta say who the fuck you are and what you've done. And what your don't tell me this bullshit about like, diversity, like we'll throw you a diversity bone or something, like we're into that, or, we believe writers deserve a shot or whatever bullshit, man. Like that's shit's just so fucking amateur to me. I'm sorry, it is. And probably a lot of that is from being married to an agent for 20 plus fucking years and just seeing the actual shit of how the industry goes down and how fucking brutal it is and how there's not a lot of, there's zero fluff in the fucking industry that I've seen. And we talk about nice this, nice that. I guess I'm going to 25. I don't care if someone's nice, dude. That's not in my bag of like what I give a fuck about someone working on, working with someone in a professional aspect. I don't care if it's movies and TV or what it is. I don't give a fuck what, medium it's in or what, whatever you call it. I've never had a real job. Whatever, whatever occupation that's in. My bag is like honesty, loyalty, fucking strategy, ingenuity, these kind of things. Nothing, not nice, which is not to say asshole, like obviously no one wants to be around a fucking asshole, but nice can get you a terrible deal. Nice can get you fucked over in the industry very easily, or outside of the industry. Nice can get you fucked over for a lot of money. Perceptive, pragmatic. These are qualities that I give a fuck about. Transparency. These are qualities I care about. Grinding, whatever. Like that's my bag of words that mean something to me. Nice, I don't give a fuck about nice, dude. Nice people finish last. Why? Because they often get robbed by people who are fucking unscrupulous, right? And that's the other thing here is, I'll end with this. When they're saying shit like this, executives and shit, I don't know if they've gotten fired. Did they get fired for like, this is the kind of shit I need to know. Is this someone, am I submitting my shit to someone who got let go for a sexual, problematic behavior with people, or whatever the fuck it was, or embezzling or whatever the fuck. I can't know that just because they're vetted by a company that I never really have heard of. I can't know that. So there's all kinds of wrong in here for me. But for you guys, maybe you're like, I love them. then keep using them. But I'll tell you what, I never will, because of there's no transparency, and I personally am not allowed to vet them. That's the problem I see. So good luck, guys out there. I know it's a fucking minefield out there, and it's hard as shit to fucking maneuver through all this shit, but you know, those are my thoughts on that. So have a good weekend, guys. Peace.